Henry and the bridge. One day, Henry was arriving at the agency. It was nighttime on the island of Sodor, and it was very dark. Henry made it at the agency safely and confident. Sonic and Knuckles had greeted him warmly. "Hey, Sonic. Hey, Knux." "What's up, Knux and Sonic?" he said happily. "Oh, I'm glad you're happy to see us, Henry. We have a special job for you." "And what's that?" "There's a bridge on Thomas's branch line needs to get repaired." "Well, actually, it's already been built up, but we have to make sure the bridge is safe. And you're the engine's going to test it. We'll meet you at the bridge." "Will do," called Henry, and he huffed away in a huff. Henry was happy. He was given a special job after all. And that night, it was getting very dark as Henry was heading towards the bridge. He couldn't see, so he had to turn his lamp. It was very hard to do it, so we speak. Henry was soon arriving at the bridge. He soon arrived at the bridge. Sonic stepped onto the track, along with Knuckles behind him. "Very well done, Henry," said Sonic. "Now, proceed forward." But just before he could, he heard some voices. "Thomas?" said Henry. "What on earth?" Down below the bridge was Thomas. Behind him was Thomas. And there were even smaller Thomas. "What on earth is going on?" said Henry. "What are you talking about?" "Oh my goodness! Thomas, there's so many of you. We can't tell whose is who." Thomas smiled. "Actually, Sonic, you created these fellows. They're like a cousin to me." "Oh, right, said Sonic. "I was the one who made them." "That's right, Thomas." "You made them?" asked Henry, cheerfully. "Yes, I was the one who made it. Thomas needed some company to help him on his branch line." "Very clever," said Knuckles. "But anyways, let's proceed forward." Henry was still frightened at what he had saw. "It's the ghost of Thomas!" he cried. "Don't worry, Henry," called Thomas from down. "There's no ghost." But could there really be any ghost on Sodor? Or could Thomas be the ghost? Henry was still frightened when he got back to the agency. He didn't speak for the rest of the month, or so on. He was still frightened. "It's Thomas's ghost!" he cried as he raced across the island, screaming and crying it out. Sonic and Knuckles had just returned to the agency and was waiting kindly for Henry to perceive what he had done. But just as they could, they heard him screaming and shouting. They couldn't know what was going on, but they soon found out. "Uh-oh, something seems wrong," said Knuckles. "What's to be the matter, Knuckles?" "Sonic, I think there's something wrong with Henry." And he was right. "It's the ghost of Thomas!" he cried as he roared past through the agency very fast. "Well, slow there, Henry, my friend. What seems to be going on?" "He's going on about some ghost," said one of the branch line coaches that looked like Clarabelle. "Bring him back," called Sonic. And so they did. Henry was still frightened. "I I saw it, persisted Henry. Of course you did. It was only Thomas. That's right, said Thomas. This is just my family, Henry. That's Jane, John, that's Anthony, Michael, and Ryan, and Roy. You think that this was some kind of ghost? I thought it was, said Henry, but it looked like it was some kind of trick. It wasn't no trick, Henry. I was the one who designed them, just to make sure they could be part of the team. Henry felt bad. He had rushed into collusion, knew nothing, but at the end he had found out the real collusion. But don't worry though anyways, Henry. You've did a good job though. That's as we speak. You've did a good job manning the bridge and everything is under control. If you say so, said Henry sheepishly. The bridge is good in control, said Sonic, and now the bridge can go for everyone on Sodor. Henry was glad. I'm glad that's over. I'm just gonna go test it again. And he chortled away. He was soon speeding through the countryside. Nothing to worry about, he said to himself. Then there was trouble. No one knew this until it was too late. Henry smashed right through the bridge. The bridge, however, wasn't stable. I knew it, said Henry. Ah! He whistled. But it was no good. His driver couldn't get out. And the coaches was still on the rails. But some of it had come loose. Ah! Cried Henry. Help! Just then, Thomas came from the other side of the bridge, along with his little brother. We'll help you, Thomas said. All right, little brother? Yep, said his little brother. All right, little brother, let's get him onto the rails. Let's get Henry on the rails again. Thomas and little brother buffer up to Henry and heave as hard as they could. But the coaches had to get uncoupled. We're going to have to uncouple the coaches, said Thomas. Please hurry, cried Henry. We're doing our best, Henry, said Thomas. We'll get you back on the rails, said little brother. Henry hoped so. Oh, please hurry, he cried. At last, he had helped him back to safety. Oh, thank you, Thomas. And thank you, little brother. Then Thomas had an idea. That's a good name, said Thomas to Henry. Henry, you just gave me such a great idea. I'm going to name him Little Brother. Henry chuckled. That's a great name. I think we should show that to Sonic. Maybe he'll become an agent too. Oh, he will be, and I'll make sure I take great care of him. Little brother Thomas was excited. Oh, thank you, he said. No problem, said Thomas. Let's take you home, Henry. But what about the coaches? Asked Henry. We're gonna have to get them out later, replied Thomas. Let's get you home. Henry, Sonic and Knuckles will be wondering where you are. I bet they were worried that you might have an accident. Let's get you home. Thomas shunted him all the way back to the agency. Thomas went behind and helped Henry home. And a few moments later, Sonic and Knuckles came a little bit worried. I hope Henry's okay, said Sonic. I hope Henry's alright, said Sonic. I never seen him so surprised before, and oh, would you look at that? Coming into the yard was Thomas and little brother. They had shunted Henry into the yards. Oh, Thomas, you've done it. But why are you bringing Henry? Well, said Thomas. Henry was taking the coaches across the bridge again, and the bridge had, it collapsed. You see that over there, sir? Oh, dear Lord me. The bridge has collapsed. How did that happen? I guess it was the weight of me, said Henry. Well, we're gonna have to get that bridge fixed later. But well done to you too, Thomas. And well done to... What's this little engine's name? Oh, right. He's my brother, little brother. So I named him Little Brother. Ah, very well done, Thomas. That's a great name, and I think he'll be part of the team. Little Brother was delighted. Thank you, he said excitedly. And thank you, Thomas. Thomas was pleased. You're welcome, little brother. We're glad to be part of the team. We're glad to have you as part of our team.